Then we got rid of Rumble, Aurora, and the Gwen in game number 2. Not to mention Wukong and Vi that have been very high priority. Now, the Xin Zhao, massive priority. Talia, huge. Ambessa there as well for both Dudu and Morgan. It has been a big favorite of theirs. And Orianna Pantheon are definitely going to get banned. Let's see what is going to be going away first. It will be the Orianna. Pantheon will be the answering ban. I almost guarantee it.
Yeah, I mean, even though we've had some high prio jungle bans, so jungle is taken away by Fearless, there was a lot of jungle bans. So I imagine we'll see those continue.
Yep.
Just on the fact that, especially in game 3, you don't want to leave those open. You don't want to let someone get, as you said, Xin Zhao when Trundle's already been taken away, when Wukong's already been taken away, or like the Pantheon. I think the Talia definitely a standout as well later on in this draft. It'll be interesting to see what's sort of prioritized, though, early on with so many picks taken away.
Yeah, this is the interesting part, is what do you actually get your hands on once these bans will come through? The Xin Zhao, I think Poppy, Talia need to be addressed. Otherwise, they could be snapped up. There is the Talia ban to come on through. And Pyoshik, you can see a little bit of stress here, but they have kept themselves alive in this series. There are both of those champions that I was just talking about. The Ambessa might make sense as the final ban. That would be just exactly the same champions banned that we saw in game number 2. And that means that we will have just a fresh draft without any of the champions that we saw picked in the last game up and available. Just have to see whether they do decide to take away the Ambessa or whether it's going to be something else that they now deem a little bit more important. And there is the Jarvan instead.
Maybe suggesting they want to go towards a Sivir, you know?
Yeah.
So I wonder if Bro are aware of that.
Nico also up and available, another high priority pick.
Yeah. I definitely feel like I just get the vibe that this is going to lean a little bit towards more scaling compositions. A lot of these picks taken away, especially with so many top laners gone. Maybe we end up in a scenario with a lot of the tanks being picked up.
Yep.
Definitely something that Morgan could lean towards. That being said, the Ambessa's still there, and they really look into Prio. They first pick that, immediately lock it in. But if a throwdown towards the DM Freecs here, Morgan feeling very confident.
Well, this is interesting. Okay, so Nico being considered. I think the Sivir priority should be pretty high. Like you mentioned, the Jarvan does give away the fact that they would like to head that direction. And Nico going to be the first cab off the rank, perhaps, is never mind. That'd be an extremely early Kai'Sa pick if they do decide to lock that one away. But instead, Nico going to be the decision first up. We'll see where they go afterwards.
Definitely feels like snapping up some of these picks that are left available and open that we wouldn't typically see as much high prior on normally. And it looks like it could just be that Nico Kai'Sa lane. So Berserker and Life, having had a good matchup last time in the 2v2, are like, no, we want to prioritize, have a really strong bot duo. Even though the 2v2 of like the Kai'Sa isn't that great, I feel like the Nico is one of the better pairings because you are a ranged pick.
Yep.
Kind of give some strength in that 2v2 and just ensuring you have a strong combo when you get to the 5v5s. But you can pick things into this that give it a hard time, you know?
Yeah. The Karma value is now very high.
Sivir Karma would be a rough matchup to play into in the lane, so we'll see what they opt to go for.
Keeps things pretty interesting as well, because then we get another round of bans where junglers could go away, where solo lanes could go away.
I find it really weird that they ban the Jarvan and then they pick this and it kind of sets up for like the Sivir Karma being really high value.
Yeah, Kai'Sa really doesn't care about Jarvan that much. In
fact, Kai'Sa appreciates Jarvan.
Yeah. And Pyoshik is certainly a jungler that can make things happen on the Jarvan as well, known for early aggression. So, bit of a weird one. Jhin Karma gives me a lot less happiness. You saw Hype's face there in on the camera as well, and kind of mirrors how I'm feeling about it. Just nonplussed.
It's still a strong lane though. Still gives a lot of pressure onto the Kai'Sa Nico. I think if Kai'Sa Nico gets into the team fights, a lot of dive potential, a lot of threat, but in the 2v2 you're going to have a rough time. And there's going to be a lot of pressure. So I think Bro, having played the Corki Alistair and been on a rough receiving end, are like, no, we need something to make sure to ensure we have a strong laning phase. We do see the Rise locked in, which kind of crazy to have the Rise, you know, in the game 3.
Yeah.
So many things taken away. And then Bulldog snapping that one up and then being able to go through the next round of bans as well. Taking away the Cassiopeia, which is something Closer's played a lot.
He does like it.
So I think Bulldog feeling very happy being able to snap that one up.
And now jungle is going to be banned away on the side of OK Man BRION. Another mid lane, possibly, just to be taken off the board here. Maybe a Victor to be removed from Closer, although I don't really associate Closer as a Victor player. Will be the Galio instead. But I don't really like Galio with Bro's comp. I think they want more damage if they can find it.
Yeah, also you don't really have the setup for the Galio.
Yeah.
Like, I think Galio, really, you want to have like a support who goes in and then you ult on top. A jungler can also serve that, but a lot of these junglers are picks like Jarvan or Wukong who aren't available, so...
what about Gragas jungle?
We haven't seen...
Does he jungle anymore?
I mean, he can, but I just feel like not really seeing him that much in this meta.
Because I just want Yasuo. That's
oh, you want Gragas Yasuo?
That's what I want.
I mean, you could. Maybe Diana Yasuo.
Oh, there you go. I don't know whether that's going to happen either. The Dusante,
so.
A consideration here, and can be a little bit of a rough one into the Ambessa, but we know that Dudu is fantastic on this champion. So pretty stable draft so far here for the DN Freecs. As where are we going, bro? What is this draft going to look like? Are they going to pick Yasuo? They're probably not. I don't know whether it's a good idea here. As I feel like Nico does a number on his engage attempts anyway.
I mean, do we see something like... It looks like they're just going to go for the Victor that you were talking about. Again, not a pick we definitely associate with Closer, but one they're going to take. And then the Skarner. So
Ooh.
I was thinking maybe they go for something more aggressive, maybe like Ari Viego or something like that. They go for something very much front to back.
That's Hecarim.
That is Hecarim.
Okay, well, Pureshik is going to be riding the horse. Let's see how it goes. Was Hecarim... He was buffed a little on this patch, was he not? Or was that the previous one?
I don't think on this one.
I think something happened to him relatively recently. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just getting my patch notes mixed up. No, I don't think so. Having a look over it right now just briefly. I mean, no, his E cooldown was actually lowered by a decent margin.
Wait, on this
4
patch?
seconds. Yeah.
Oh.
Unless this is, I'm like looking at ARAM changes. No, that is actually ARAM changes.
What are you looking at?
I scrolled too fast, okay?
You know what I'm slightly worried about?
I know you're a huge ARAM fan.
You know what I'm slightly worried about?
What?
What if Pioshik also looked at the ARAM?
Oh no! He's like, man, I really don't have my cool. It's supposed to be 4 seconds earlier than this.
Yeah.
I would be the same. I'm glad I picked that up though, because that would have been a very embarrassing situation there. And so that's obviously what I read, and unfortunately, it's irrelevant right here. But for that ARAM enjoyer guy that's always in chat, he's pretty psyched about checking out some Hecarim. Just don't expect the cooldowns to be quite as good as your experience. But yeah, haven't seen Hecarim in a while. Looking forward to seeing how it goes for Pioshik here as we dive into the Rift for Game 3.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
I'm a bit sad that we don't also get a Malphite, because you don't get to complete the ultimate trio as the Unstoppable Force, the Unstoppable Onslaught, and the Onslaught of Shadows. It's just a lot of things that are just doing unstoppable and onslaughting stuff.
Yeah.
With those three.
I'm a little worried about...
What are we worried about?
DNF composition.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a little bit worried, but, you know, I'm ready for the Hecarim vibes.
What could possibly go wrong? We do have to go back and have a bit of a discussion about some things, some whoopsies that have happened with Hecarims in the past.
Oh, no.
Now, Hecarim is an equine champion.
Yeah.
Meaning that generally runs faster than a lot of the other champions. There is a good thing in the fact that there's a Realm Warp available for Bulldog. There is also the Killer Instinct from Berserker. So theoretically there's follow-up, but what Hecarims tend to do is go in and wonder where their team is.
Yeah. I mean, at least the Kai'Sa and the Nico will hopefully be there to follow up, but the thing is, you know, especially into like Karma, Jhin, Victor, I feel like they can do a decent job of kind of kiting you out, unless you find a good angle. And also, if the Jhin is just miles away and you're like, I'm going to charge him down, you can end up in a really bad spot. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think Hecarim definitely a momentum-based champion. You know, can clear very fast, and I think we've all seen those games where Hecarim just feels unkillable. Yeah. And just a menace who can't be stopped. And then we've seen the games where he just gets one shot. So obviously, Pioshik hoping for the former.
Well, let's see what's going to happen here. As right now, the Bros just very happy about where the lane state is in this bottom lane this time around. Blue side has just been better at getting a hold of the lane, as we've seen in both of our games so far. So good news for Bro fans, as we are grasping a lot here towards the top side of the map on the Bros side of things. Pioshik taking the phase rush, as is customary, as Genji was the last one to play this against Pioshik.
Yeah.
Many years ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's like, what, almost 4 years? Kind of crazy. So let's see whether Pioshik can channel some peanut here. As 3 Kaisers, my goodness, it's too many Kaisers, I think, in that bottom lane. Just playing all for one all of a sudden. Was I checking the all for one stats, maybe? It's the wrong patch notes, definitely.
Keep update on those.
Yep. I think it's Doombots that are coming back sooner, though. So that's
it is. That's hype.
Yep. That's going to be very, very cool.
It has been a long time since, I think it was like 9 years?
Yeah. Like, really, really long time. And I think now, with some adjustments to, you know, how the bots are going to behave, it's going to be a lot of fun. So looking forward to that one. But it's neither here nor there. We're not going to be playing Doombots in the LCK, although maybe we could petition
feels like
Doomsday for some content.
It feels like at times when you're playing against Genji, it's a little bit like going against Doombots.
Yeah, a little bit. As there is a nice little snare onto Hype. Polu takes a casual turret shot. That is the calmer way. As Lucidity Boots for Pioshik often is going to be a very early buy, as, okay, Rise in the Rise group, not exactly working out. It's a little bit sad, isn't it? Because this is the group of Rise.
Yeah.
It feels like it should be good for him. It's almost ironic.
Feels kind of bad for him. You know, I feel like sometimes those stats come up and they just, you know, like last time it felt maybe a bit like, guys, don't worry. We're here for you. The Wukong Annie, you're going to win anyway. This time it feels a little like, oh, that's not...
Yeah, and like, sometimes we don't, like, bring up stats at all. Like, for example, Bulldog hit his 1,000th assist in the last game. We didn't bring that up.
Oh.
But we could have. Would have been fine. But poor Rise in the Rise group. Oh, no, both of those Qs also missed.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
I think I get it now.
Yeah. Yeah, curses are real, as it turns out. We don't bring up the graphic.
He was hitting
Closer,
those.
Get the cannon. You're making me anxious. Oh, he did.
He was hitting those cues before the graphic came up, is all I'm going to say.
Exactly.
You know, self-fulfilling prophecy and all that.
Yeah. It's one of those things. At least it's another one in the curses are real column, which is what we are always really banking on. As Hype, Void Seeker is going to come on through there. Nice snare going to connect at the same time, but the answering Q Deadly Flourish is good. All right, bros. We're in a little bit of trouble as Pioshik already cantering in there. Does get the pushback onto Hype, who goes down exceedingly low as Polu trying to keep Bulldog in position, but the turtle port from Closer just takes a billion years to get him there.
It's so funny every time I see those early teleports. It's just like, guys, I'm coming.
Yeah, just wait. Any minute now.
Any minute. I think teams have gotten so used to it that they just don't care when they say, oh no.
Yep. Croco is driving in, looking to try and lock down Dudu here. Will be able to throw a rock at him. He goes all out and does flash away.
Okay.
As Morgan, I think, was thinking about a bit of a public execution angle, but doesn't find one there onto Dudu.
Probably not when he's that close to the tower now, so... But yeah, I mean, Dudu evades the gang pretty good. But yeah, this was really well played. TP comes in, they're not threatened at all. They look for Hype specifically, they're like, we want to kill the AD carry, deny him. Unfortunately, as Nico gets it, but I like that they just kind of leave it. They know that the Q is going to finish it off.
Croco is almost dead in the mid lane. We saw that picture-in-picture was kind of snared under the turret. Life has been hitting so many of these Tangle Barbs.
Yep. Oh, Pioshik looking.
Yeah. As Closer just going to flash away. Doesn't want anything to do with this horse right now. And I don't really blame him. Always makes me think of Sleepy Hollow. Did you like that film? I was a big fan of that one.
I did not see that film.
It was pretty cool. It was where Christopher Walken was a headless horseman. which was great.
It's ironic that he's called Christopher Walken.
Yeah, I know.
He wasn't really walking.
Well, I mean, actually, all he was doing was walking.
Oh.
Because he couldn't do very much talking. Then
I thought he would have been riding, though.
He does, well, yeah, actually,
Yeah.
he did do a fair bit of riding. He did walk as well, but definitely didn't talk very much. Which is like...
So he's not Christopher Tolkien?
No, he wasn't. He certainly was. And Christopher Walken is certainly one for like pretty iconic talking as well.
Yeah.
So the fact that he wasn't doing very much of that was just... I feel like it's a bit of a waste of that incredible accent, but what can you do? Still, great film. If you haven't seen it, certainly give that one a go. After our next series and this one, because of course we do have T1 versus HLE coming up after this, and that is going to be a banger. As hopefully HLE have improved at least enough to bring us to 3 games.
Yeah, normally the main event comes second, but obviously we put it first.
We put it first this time around, yeah.
Yeah, and then the...
We did it yesterday, though, where our Rise Group extravaganza happened the second time, and I think a lot of people were pretty tired and weren't ready for it, and then it was as magnificent as it was.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Yeah.
So we put it first this time. As Croco going to be able to take one of these grubs. There is Pyosik going in, but the gravity field was pretty good. Immediate use of the Impale onto Pyosik, but the answering damage is going to be there from DNF as Hype. Not really doing too much. Does have a 4th bullet. Doesn't really do much with it. And then crash into the wall there, but unfortunately is going to die midair as the disengage cone tries to come in. And DNF off to a great start. Feats of Warfare coming on through.
And you know what, Pyosik? He's just kind of vibing. He just rides in, tanks everything with his W, soaks up a load of damage, doesn't die, picks up the honey fruit, and his team kind of clean up. It's just working.
This horse, man, it's doing some things. Let's have a look at this one more time. And I was worried that the follow-up wasn't quite going to be there in time, but of course, Kai'Sa has Killer Instinct, so in she comes.
I thought he was going to die as well. He took a lot of damage, but they just didn't do enough. And you see like the ult from Closer comes out, but Pyosik's already done his job. The rest of them are just pushing forward, cleaning up, and I think the fact that Closer ulted to try finish Pyosik was a mistake. If he had that ult for those other members, I think maybe he could have done more there.
Oh, that's annoying. Morgan just going to have to dash away. A huge scream from the crowd as well, as the DNF fans are going bananas. Very, very good to see. And they are looking to try and close this one out. As, like you mentioned earlier on, means a lot for the drama of the Rise Group if this win does come on in. Because also the Bros are actually able to, I think, almost equalize with BNK Freecs with a victory over the DN Freecs in this series right here.
Oh, then no, there'd still be a series down.
Still a series down? Okay.
But
so they're really far away if they lose this series.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like, but if they win it, you know, they would be 3 series ahead of DRX when there's really just not that many series left. So, but a win for DNF here, DRX fans would very much appreciate.
Yep. And it's once again Berserker with the big lead.
Yeah.
So comes on over to help out, taking this first Hextech Dragon. Chemtech going to be the next one off the table. No Chemtech Drakes so far today, Hawks. I'm very proud of you.
I'm doing my best.
Doing a great job. As Closer, we'll be able to catch this wave. Not quite able to do as much as... Oh, Bulldog's going to miss a cannon. That's fine.
It's fine.
Just giving a little back here to the one member of Bro who is doing a decent job. Of course, the same can be said for Morgan, who is just kind of dealing with Dudu, dancing around this top side.
I think with how things are going so far, this is a great start, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I've had great starts for DNF before that have kind of backfired, but at the end of the day, Berserker being fed, always a good omen for this team.
Not to mention the fact that this bottom lane was highly prioritized in the draft, and they're benefiting from it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, they had a rough lane, right? They got bullied out, but they weathered the storm, and now they're ahead. And you pick the Kai'Sa Nico for what they really offer in team fights. It is such a strong duo for team fighting presence. And they got out the lane, they managed to navigate that now. Croco is looking for a gank here, but Pyosik's also in the area.
Yeah, let's see whether Croco can actually find an angle, as Deadly Flourish will be avoided. Life, quick on his feet. And Polo and Hype going to be able to clear out this ward quite nicely. Pyosik realizing there's not quite an angle, he's going to look for a little bit of a reset, as the same thing can be said for the DN Freecs.
And it's just a trade of heals. You can see how cautious Pro were about committing too heavily to that plate. You know, Croco doesn't even look for like an ult in or something like that. Just very aware that if Pioshik's there, if he comes with a counter gank, it is game over.
Oh yeah. Well, Morgan with a bit of a health advantage here, but you can see Dudu is doing just fine up here. The dancing around these buttons that Dudu is throwing out, though, is pretty impressive out of Morgan. We'll at least give him that. Hasn't been hit by too much. As Polo comes on over, oh dear, taking the rise for a walk, gets the flash out. As a little bit of an overstep, you could say. All out, now invested here by Dudu. There's a public execution up and available for Morgan if he'd like to press that button. Let's see whether he does go for it here. Looks like it's not going to be the thing. As dash around for Dudu once again, able to get a fair bit of damage with the last few moments of the all-out.
Yeah, you can see Dudu stepped up to get the plate, and then Morgan was trying to find an angle.
Oh dear, the Rune Prison does come on through, and actually Pioshik able to avoid Croco Pop Blossom, and down goes the victor. Life is actually just the savior of DNF today.
Oh, he is, and Pioshik had such a great setup on that play to just bounce him and kind of redirect Closer into his waiting support. Really well played there, and another kill for DNF, 2,500 gold lead.
This is just getting out of control.
Yeah, they're in such a good spot right now. And the thing is, Bro's composition, I feel like they're going to be waiting so long for this Victor to come online. I mean, we see here, Pioshik makes his way in, knocks into him, and then ults as well to once again just fear him straight into life.
Yeah, Croco couldn't actually land any sort of pushback or anything like that as well because Pioshik is so incredibly mobile.
And Closer had flash, didn't even get a chance to use it.
Well, at least he now has it if he's ganked again. So there's that. But as you can see, with this gold difference, it is just DNF getting further and further ahead.
And because life is 202, he has the rocket belt already.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's a scary Nico.
It's such a nice item to have on Nico because it makes your engages so much easier to get, especially if you don't have flash. Like being able to rocket belt when you're setting up your ult. But also that item just has a ton of health on it, so you're actually so much more durable when you have that.
He's feeling fantastic with the situation right now. Closer did manage to hit the Rod of Ages a lot earlier. You can see that Bulldog still doesn't even have his yet. But that is about the end of the good news, because also Closer needs to build into like 2 items at least, I think.
Yeah, it also feels like if you look at the items, it's kind of like Closer finished his Rod of Ages as soon as possible, whereas like Bulldog's
got some shoes.
Stalling it out to try and get like the later level up, you know? We sometimes see our mid laners go for that, because I think with Rise, especially you get like the 15 to 16 level up, then you're feeling really fantastic.
Yep. Hype not caught reloading, able to get all of these minions. That's good to see. But we're clutching at straws if that's all the positives that we can find. Second Drake going to be up in 30 seconds. And maybe the bros, they need their Lord to save them. Right now, he does have level 11, so has an extra point in that ulti, as he is putting that Essence Reaver to work.
It does help a lot because you get the armor pen from the points in your ultimate, so especially into a tank matchup, it does make a big difference, even if you're not necessarily using the ult in the 1v1.
All right, now you've got feats of strength on the line here for DNF if they do manage to take this Rift Herald. And it looks like it's not going to be contested as Polo is moving in. Hype finds Berserker, or does Berserker find Hype? As that is so much damage. Croco just moving in. It is going to be a smite fight, and it's won here by the Scorpion, who just walks over, picks up the eye. I don't think he's making it out, but at least manages to steal away the objectives. There's at least that. As Deadly Flourish here from Hype is going to be able to continue clearing out the wave. Highway robbery.
I think all things considered, Bro will take that. You know, they get the objective, they secure it. Yes, Croco goes down, but as you said, kind of a bit of a crazy one that he's able to slide in and steal that away.
Also got, like, he's got 36 Heartsteel stacks as well, so there you go. Hype, I mean, he is dead if Polo isn't there, so thankfully Polo is there.
Yeah. This Jhin is not feeling too intimidating right now.
No, it's not quite the Jhin we saw yesterday, which was doing a lot of damage. This one, not so much. DNF just looking to grab the feats of strength. There it is. Dragon does go down. They'll also look for the first turret, as the bros are at least able to move on in here. Another Cloud Soul, 2 in a row. You'd love to see it. And that is going to be the wave cleared out here by Closer.
Oh, Cloud Soul with Hecarim?
Oh dear, Bulldog could be in a little bit of trouble as Croco pushes him over. Life is in trouble, but he finds the Pop Blossom angle only onto one, but it's the most important one. The flashback does come on through, and Berserker turns up in the nick of time. Croco looks for the angle there as Pyosik kills the turret before it gets to take him down, and DNF, they can do no wrong in this game.
Beautiful answer back there, and that play, that's a difference between having the rocket belt and not. Life able to catch closer, and the follow-up, the cleanup is there. The setup is great, and now it's a 5,000 gold lead for DNF in this game. They're in a fantastic position. And you know, it was such a break between the first and second series wins. It's not been long since that second, we might be getting another.
Exactly. This DNF are looking terrifying right now.
I mean, this is the biggest win Bro got in this game so far, was Croco dying to get the Herald.
Yeah.
And here, so Life retreats into the brush, gets out of vision, and then he goes for the ult, but they expect it, so they kite back, but the rocket belt means he catches closer, catches Polo, gets the root afterwards.
Yeah, Polo actually walked in afterwards, which is not super great. And this could have been a good impale, but unfortunately they got so much damage down onto the turret that they just kill it. And so it doesn't really do anything at all. Oh man, DNF, I mean, I'm not gonna say, like, it's the Rise group, right? So we're not gonna call anything. However, this is looking similar to their last series.
All I'm gonna say is, maybe some of the teams are pretty lucky that DNF can't qualify for Worlds anymore.
Exactly. All of the other regions are like, oh, thank goodness. We don't have to deal with this.
Maybe our region too, you know.
Well, I mean, that's true, but everyone looking on is like, wow, we dodged this bullet.
Yeah.
Could have been coming our way. Well, Realm Warp going to come on through there as the Void Seeker is going to connect. Bulldog just going to be turning up by himself, but that will guarantee this outer turret. That's what DNF needs to do. Take incremental advantages, use the power that they have of those wallets, no overextensions. Looking real good so far. And Polo desperately just trying to get any semblance of control. And remember, he's playing Karma, so when you fall behind, getting vision becomes so difficult.
Yeah. Morgan still doing pretty good in the 1v1, and that is it. That's the only selling point. That's
yep. Thanks for the gold comes up here and says, you're exactly right, Orcs.
Yeah, he's still
look at the top number. If you just cover the red numbers, looking good for the bros.
Guys, if you want to know where your bro tax is going, that's where.
Yeah, it's going straight to the Lord. He is not given much out to his people at this point in time.
Yeah.
He'd like to, but unfortunately it's slim pickings at the moment.
Which I don't think you can really blame him for, because, you know, if we're blaming anyone for the bro tax, it's the people who may or may not be contributing. So
yeah, it's like, I mean, if you start donating now, it could be that they have a miraculous comeback.
They've come back from bigger deficits.
Exactly.
Is all I'm saying.
Against this team, the last time they met, in fact. It was relatively close. DNF get to show us some character progression, though. And with a clean closeout of this game, as well as the second one, could really show some growth as Pyosik just dives onto Arakan.
Okay, a little bit concerning, because if they get the Arakan here, they have a huge gold lead.
Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot of anyone being able to see anything at all.
There's a good chance we don't get... The game might end before the Cloud Soul. And I personally, I don't know about you, Max, but I kind of want to see Hecarim with Cloud Soul in my LCK game.
That's a very fast horsey.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what we're all here for.
Yeah, I think you're right. It just comes down to movement speed scaling in the end. As Life is going to have his back stopped. That's an attempt from the bros to get some sort of tempo back here, as there's that Rift Herald that they sacrificed Croco for.
Let's see if it gets the value they were hoping for. Yeah?
It won't.
Yeah,
Well, it is instead transformed into 25 gold for Pyosik.
Maybe that's what they were hoping to get.
Perhaps, yes. Well, it's a 6.6k gold lead. And the Rift Herald apparently was not worth taking in the end.
Yeah.
That's fine. You know, maybe it's worth more in a less practical sense and more in a just, we got it.
Look, it was, I always like to say about these things, it was a zoning Rift Herald.
Ah, I like it.
Yeah.
Because it let Bro get in position for this Drake.
No.
Ah.
If you look, Croco's actually clearing his camp, so it zoned DNF away.
Look at this.
Oh, the Realm Warp.
Huge tempo play.
Oh.
And there are no bros to speak of. There is 2 teleports available, but they are just going to lose this inner turret.
They didn't want that tier 2 tower anyway.
No, tier 2 turrets aren't necessary. As close as like, well, thanks for the huge stacked wave, guys. Haha. Checkmate. It's now a bigger lead. And DNF, this was a composition that was also just going to look better and better as this game goes on, especially if they can snowball it. They have a true tank for that top side of the map.
I think the thing that I was the most worried about was probably the Hecarim, because I feel like the champ is quite feast or famine, and he is feasting. So
he is definitely feasting.
He is in a great spot. Also has the upgraded boots, so extra movement speed there. Just a lot of movement speed, a lot of zoom in.
Yeah.
4 minutes till that Cloud Soul. I'm hoping, I'm praying, it needs to happen.
Well, DNF have an opportunity to do it. What they should have done, though, was give up the first 2 Drakes so that they could have the quad stack.
Oh.
That would have been pretty sick. Of course, Double Dragon is pretty good.
That'd been the tech.
Yep. All right, Pioshik is just trying to be frustrating. Not able to take down that control ward, as we can see. As Ingo's life just going to be bothering Morgan momentarily with that Shape Splitter. And the bros will eventually have to do something, right?
You say that. We've had games. This is like old school, bro. You know, the time when they would kind of just fall behind and not much would happen.
Do you know what's the really sad part?
What?
Umpty's on the desk today.
Oh.
He's here. The general is actually here to give the bros his energy. But it's not the type of energy that they needed in this one.
Maybe it works in the other direction, because Umpty knows all about, you know.
Yeah, some of the pitfalls,
but also the DNF vibes of, you know, you're out, not down.
That's true.
And they come back and
maybe he's just feeding the flames of DNF right now.
Yeah.
As Berserker just able to supercharge his way out of any trouble.
Underdog energy, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
Because right now, coming in this series, bro, with the overdogs.
They were. And DNF have Bulldog, so quite a few dogs, as well as horses. It's, yeah, old MacDonald had a farm and all that sort of stuff. A dog's not necessarily a huge necessity in a farm. Actually, no, they are.
They're pretty
sheep
important.
dogs, very important, aren't they? Yes.
Yeah, I would say so. Plus also, you know, companionship.
True. All right, well, the bros have continued to do not a whole lot. And the gold lead is still 7.4k. If it stays at 7.4k and we get to 60 minutes,
yeah, that feels
guess
better.
What? It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not fine.
It just keep farming.
Yeah.
Keep farming.
If your Nexus stays alive forever, you still haven't lost the game.
Yeah. You know, remember that? Wasn't there that game where like Nexus Blitz, where if the game goes on too long, the Nexus is like get up and like run at each other?
I don't remember that.
Maybe bro, we're just hoping that happens eventually. If the game goes on long enough, the Nexus.
There's only one way to find out.
The Nexus will just rise up.
Yep.
And just start walking at DNF and help them out a little bit.
Hopefully, it's better than the Rift Herald from earlier.
I feel like it'd probably go down the same.
Yeah. All right, well, there's a shape-splitting Nico. Life just being annoying once again, landing all the buttons.
I mean, Pioshik's also super far ahead in farm.
Yeah.
They are looking towards a Baron. And bro are just trying to like scan out brushes. It's so scary. It's very spooky.
I want to see Morgan involved. That's what I want to see. He's even, kinda. Still ahead a bit. All right, this is gonna get spotted immediately. And they have this cheeky little ward the Bulldog is standing on, but this Baron is still going down. There's the flash forward, the Impale, just to try and pick up Bulldog, but he flashes away. The Pop Blossom picks up 2, but they've taken down the Rise already. Morgan still looking for a bit of an angle here as Pioshik looking to run his way out. Dudu going to get taken for a walk here as he is snared up. There's a nice double knockback, and the Dusante is popping off. He takes down the Victor, and now he's looking for more. Morgan's ult just goes nowhere, but he's still able to do the damage. Never mind. It's Berserker that locks him down in the end, and Polu is the product of a potential quadra kill, but it doesn't actually come through as Pioshik locks that one up for the ace, and DN Freecs not going to be routed this time.
The cleanup comes through. The Baron base successful. We're denied the Cloud Soul Hecarim, but I don't think DNF care. The third series win gonna come through. I think
I heard
this, yeah?
Go back. The Drake's up. The Drake's up, guys. It's time for super fast Hecarim. We need it. Never mind. We're not going to get it. The Nexus turrets are going to go down. There are 6 seconds on Croco and Closer, but they are just going to be spectators as this Nexus goes down, and the DN Freecs pick up another one.
And honestly, super convincing, I would say. Bro have looked like a force to be reckoned with in the Rise group, and DNF looked significantly better today.